Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Wild Wednesday. Yes, folks, it is already hump day. Oh, and boy, I got a good one for you today. But before I move on to anything else, I want to wish all of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. All of that lovely stuff because life really is too short. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you here I try to make it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but sometimes the schedule gets in the way, and major holidays and all that jazz. But either way, and one last thing, check out the information in the description box. I give you a little bit bigger of a bite. I usually put your basic synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating if there is one that exists, some trivia, and then of course for a link for either a trailer or a scene from the movie itself. I try to give you that a little bit more so it'll help you decide if you want to check it out or not. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's came out of this amazing Cardona collection that Vinegar Syndrome released. It is a double slip case. You got this one on the outside, which is pretty cool. It nothing on the back except for some pictures from the other films. And then, like I said, it is a double slip cover. It's got the artwork on the front or the back or something like that. I can't remember. And it is a 3-discer, just to let you know. You get 1 disc for each and every one of these films. You have Treasures of the Amazon, Bermuda Triangle, and today's film, which is Cyclone. Cyclone is an amazing little film, and like I said, here's the case for it. Now, what exactly is Cyclone about? It's about these people that are out to sea. Like, there's a tour boat which has the glass bottom on it, so they can see the coral and life below. Kind of a cool little idea, And then you have a plane that ends up going down and crashes, and then you also have a fisherman boat that has sunk during this horrible cyclone. And now they all eventually meet up on this tour boat, and it is a crazed energy. The energy is just crazy, and it shows what humanity will do just to survive. And it kind of reminds me of that movie Alive with the soccer players, just in the idea of the cannibalism, because unfortunately they do resort to cannibalism at one point in this film, because they go days and days and days and days without food or water. The only water that they have is in the cooler, and it was from the ice that had all the Coca-Cola bottles in there. So that's the only amount of water that they had. Thankfully, they have a night where it rains very plentifully, and they're able to refill their ice chest and all these bottles, and it gets to the point to where you no longer have to ration it out as bad as they were, because they were rationing it out 3 fingers a bottle, and that's not very much water for the human to survive. But either way, it keeps going and going. The fisher boat, like I said, it collapses, and it ends up with this tour boat, this airplane that has none other than Hugo Stiglitz from Nightmare City fame. Yes, I love that fucking movie. But either way, it is they all end up meeting, and so the plane goes down, and they all end up meeting in just like a twist of fate, essentially. And they're out there for, I think it's over a week. At first they rig up a fishing wire with a lot of cord and stuff from like shirts and stuff like that. They're pulling in some fish here and there. Eventually gets to the point to where they have no more bait to use. So they essentially what happens is you get to the point to where one of them dies, and they're resulting into using his flesh as a form of bait for these fish, which everything in the aquatic life form below them, there is a ton of sharks. I think I counted tiger sharks in there, which is, I think they're very vicious. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've been in school. But either way, a couple people get gnawed off on the way to this boat as they're floating along. It gets to the point to where there's this lady that has a dog, and they end up killing the dog for food as well. And they collect the blood and try to help it quench the thirst of this other man that is dying. And in that process, he basically tells them like, hey, me and my homeboy here, we discussed it. If I die, please eat me, use me as sustenance. So of course they hack his body up. There's people freaking out left and right. There's a preacher man on board that is telling them that is complete blasphemy, which, you know, it is what it is. Cannibalism sometimes has to be done to survive, but either way, I don't promote going to kill people for sustenance, but either way, like I said, the dog gets eaten. They end up carving up the dude that died, and they basically put his body parts all over on top of, because there's a roof on top of this here glass bottom boat, and that's where they put all the meat to basically sun dry and become like a jerky to, you know, kind of cook it a little bit. At first, people are a little hesitant at going and grabbing a couple of bites, but they slowly fold and they decide that they're going to go up there and grab some. There's only a few of them on the boat that didn't do it. The preacher man, there was one other religious fellow, and then I don't remember Hugo Stiglitz doing any cannibalism, which I like him. I think he's a fun little Spanish actor. I think he's Spanish. Either way, I've seen him in Spanish films and Italian films. See, the guy rocks. But anyways, they're out there at sea for God knows how long, and eventually they do get they get to a point to where they are being irrational, I would say, doing things that the normal person would do. There's this old businessman on there who is a sleazy scumbag who decides he's going to try and steal some water while everybody's asleep. Somebody catches him. They're fighting over the water, and they drop it, and kersplash, it goes right through the bottom of the boat. And what happens with this boat when it has a giant hole in it? It starts to sink. And while it's sinking, they are grabbing whatever they can to use as a floating device. They're using their life jackets, the ones that do have life jackets from the airplane. They're using boards to help float along, you know. I kept waiting for Jack to come back from Titanic 2, you know. Shit. But anyways, they're floating on this, and we get some massive, awesome, cool, like shark effects, eating of human beings. Like there's like 7 people that get gnawed off at the very end. So it's definitely one of those I highly recommend. The only thing is it is a pinch long. It is a 2-hour long film. IMDb listed as like 91 minutes, I think, but on here it's listed at 1 hour and 90 or 2 hours. Just under the 2 hour mark. All right, guys, I love your faces, and I can't wait to see you on Friday. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, as always, peace.